Hey everybody, our shipments of bare root perennials have arrived. These come from two different companies. And in case you're not familiar with bare root, let me show you exactly how they arrive. They're processed a different way than, say, regular dormant plants would be. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, this looks like, let's see. So they come to us dormant, although these are starting to emerge, and they only have just that little bit of soil in them to kind of maintain the moisture and keep the health of the plant. But you can see this has just got its roots here. This one is starting to spring forth. Let's see what it is, because these are all plants that I'm not as familiar with, because we're using them to try some new varieties. So this one is a sedum called Pinky, and I absolutely loved the color on this. It's got this really great kind of baby pink color on it, so it's very, very cool. And what we're going to end up doing is we decide what size of pot these will belong in, we plant them, and basically our soil line kind of goes just above the roots. So just as if it had arrived regularly, we're going to make it look that way here, and then very quickly these roots will start sending out more smaller roots and start taking up nutrients, and we will definitely see these starting to emerge. I mean, they're already pushing forward because there's a lot of energy in these roots as well. So this is very fun to kind of look at what we got here. Now Stacy did go through these and kind of inventory them to make sure we had them all. Now we have to inspect each one when they arrive, because if they come to us with any kind of mold or anything like that, that's really bad news. Let me see which one I can pull out here. This one here I think must be a peony. So let's see, we'll use this one. So this one's kind of growing kind of funny, has this root up here. But what we look for on these is how many eyes it has. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6, 7. Oh, there's quite a few eyes on here. We were warned that they might only be a 3-eye, but these are turning out to be, I think, a little bit bigger. Let's see what the other ones in here are. Kind of hard to grab them. Oh yeah, like this has definitely got 3 big eyes, and then, oh, this one might just be a 3-eye. No, there's 4. Oh, that's got more. It's hard to tell, but so these are bigger than we expected. We were warned by our sales rep, like, hey, just so you know, these might be smaller than what you're used to, but I think they're pretty good. So I want to get those back in that soil so it maintains some moisture. We're going to want to get these potted up pretty quick, because they are at that point for some of them. The peony are okay right now, because peony can kind of stay under the ground looking like this. Oh, I didn't show you what kind it was. I didn't even look what kind it was. Oh yeah, this one is called Ann Cousins. This one is a beautiful, like solid white, beautiful, beautiful color. Just a little cloud of flower there. Oh, look at the size of the root on this one. And I see a root there. Let's see what kind it is. Where's the tag? Here's a tag. This one is called Angel Cheeks. So it has kind of a pink with a little bit of a yellow or peach blush going for it. I don't see a lot of eyes on that one. Oh man, these are kind of strange. This one's very different from the other ones, but it has its eyes, and the roots are going to come off of this, so it must be okay. I'm not super familiar with, yeah, all these are just big kind of log type things. So this one's very different. We'll see how that one goes. It's one of those different ones. So there's 3 of them in there. So let me get those covered up again before I move to the next box. Okay, you notice they have those air holes that keeps the circulation going. I guess I'll just do this one right away. So what do we have in here? Oh, this is an aruncus called Sparkles, and we've had aruncus before as well, but this one, the flower seems to be a little more squat and wide. It's really quite beautiful looking from the photos. I haven't seen it in person. I haven't actually seen it in many places. So when we saw it there, we just wanted to give it a try. So here's the roots for this one. So we've got the roots here, and then we've got kind of where the stems are going to emerge. So this one, you can see how much variation there is in the size too. Like some of them are going to be really big plants, other ones are smaller, and that depends on variety. And then also just within a variety, there can be a lot of variation as well. So let's just see what this one has. Ooh, this one, look at the roots on this. This one looks like kind of a scary monster. Let's see if I can get one here. Okay, look at, so looks like, yeah, these are all 1. And then this is kind of maybe a bonus one. I'm not sure how well that one will do. But look at how these roots just kind of stretch out. And then we're going to start seeing growth from here. Once we get it in the ground, give it some water. Let's see what it is though. Oh, yeah. This one here is a Heliopsis. So it's a kind of a type of sunflower or false sunflower. I can't remember which one is the fall sunflower, which one's the real one. But I love this one because the flower looks a little bit like a Gaillardia meets a Rudbeckia kind of plant. So it's just like got a very different flower than what we're used to seeing. And then there's a bunch in here. Let's see what else is in here. Here it is. Oh yeah, this is I'm gonna say it wrong. Eryngium. So it's a type of kind of thistle called blue jackpot. And this one just seemed to have a very intense blue. Let's take a look at the roots on this one. Okay, so this is just like pieces of roots. So I'm guessing it must go this way. We're gonna have to look, maybe it goes this way. We're gonna have to do a little research on how to plant these because I haven't seen, now my parents maybe, oh, here we go. So you can see where it's starting to emerge. It's just got these weird hairs coming off of it too. So I'm a little less familiar with some of these bare root varieties. So I'll rely on my mom and dad to give us the information on those. What else do we have? It's been really warm, unseasonably warm here. So the greenhouse, even though it's later in the more evening time, it's still pretty hot in here. So you may notice my brow is a little sweaty. So look at the roots on this one, kind of like little, almost like coral. And then we've got the growth nodes up above. But where's the tag? Here it is. So this one is a Simasufunga. I don't know if that's how you say it either. It's a snake root, so it's called brunette. This one's a little, it's similar to some of the varieties that we've carried before, but this one is a little bit different. So it's always fascinating to look into the new varieties and ones that people don't always carry. This one is a daylily called Boogeyman. And holy smokes, we've got really good roots going on here. These are ready to go in the soil, and we're going to start seeing growth on that really quick. Man, wow, that looks great. And I can feel they're nice and plump, so they have a lot of moisture in them, a lot of energy in those roots, which is exactly what we want. Got to be careful, I don't want to break these apart. So here's another one with those nice kind of curly Q roots. We have some growth already starting, so this is going to green up as soon as it gets sun and soil. And what variety is this one? Where are those tags? Here they are. This one, this is a Dicentra or bleeding heart called ivory heart. So it's a beautiful white one. Looks like it's a little bit different than Alba, which is the one that is most common. So I'm curious to see how it compares. I don't know the specific difference on it, so it'll be interesting to check that out. Now, let's get these packed back in there. Now we're going to be planting these up tomorrow, so I don't worry too much, but we still keep them nice and cool and dark right now, because if they get anywhere near the sunlight and anywhere near any extra moisture, they will start to sprout because they're very much ready. Okay, so these came from Walter's Gardens. This one here is that's a company right here in Michigan, and I had gone to their trial gardens last summer, and I had put a video up about my visit there. Okay, so I need to find out what this is because it's very interesting. It's got lots of little sprouts and lots of roots. Oh, this is probably a Baptisia, is it? Is it on the box? This one's, they do it a little different. It's Prairie Dusk Penstemon. So this one has a nice purple colored flower. I'll put that tag right in there so that we don't misplace it. Oh, I think this one is the Baptisia. Oh my goodness. These are enormous, and it looks like we're getting a little bit of mold or growth on here, so we're going to have to clean these really well before we put them into the ground or into our pots. And we can trim these a little bit when we get them, but you can see it already has the growth. Look at how beautiful violet that color is. That's really gorgeous. And then this one is the Decadence Deluxe Periwinkle Popsicle Baptisia, which Baptisia is a beautiful plant if you haven't grown one before. They're a spring or earlier bloomer, I should say. And this one has a beautiful purple color. It's also known as false indigo. So we've got nice big pots for these. These are huge. Wow. So all of our bare root plants are potted. Everything went pretty smoothly. We did end up dipping our Baptisia, the one that had gotten that kind of mildewy, moldy stuff on it, in a fungicide. It's an organic product, so it's safe for the soil, it's safe for the plant, and that has always worked for us before, where it stops whatever is growing on there from contaminating the soil and rotting the roots and doing any problems like that. So we should be okay with that. We do keep an eye on it, but like I said, we've used it for years and it's worked every time. So had the temperature's been a little higher, that cold storage area wouldn't have cooled down, or warmed up, I should say, as much as it did this time. And I think that temperature change and humidity change is what is different this year, because normally we don't have that problem in that area, but this year we did. I went through the confirmations that we had, and it looks like 2/3 of what we had ordered in bare root got canceled on us this year. So that's a pretty high number. So you're seeing 1/3 of what we were hoping for, but that's okay. We have lots of other plants coming, and we put all those other ones on our wish list, and hopefully next year I'll be able to show you a whole new batch of exciting plants.
I forgot to tell you that there were 4 bonus roots in one of the containers. It's a complete mystery as to what kind of plant it is, what kind of flower it's going to have. It looks like it could be a lily, but we won't know until it leaves out and flowers.